Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with Nicola Broomham, and she's here to talk to me about how agency roles are going to be changing in the next 10 years. Talk to me, Nicola.
So, the new normal, or however it's going to be.
The next normal, I think, as Peter Knight called it.
The next normal, that's it. I think things are going to change. We're already seeing it. We're recruiting for roles that we would never have recruited for 5-10 years ago.
What do you mean? I mean, surely it's still negs value as managers, isn't it? Negs value as managers.
Nope.
It's an area manager and...
Oh, you still get some of those, don't get me wrong. You still get some of those.
So that's the old school. What's the new way?
So the new way is we're looking at social media kings and queens. We're looking at videographers, photographers. We're looking at full asset managers, not property managers.
Asset managers, is that just a name for a property manager with a shorter title because you can get it on the card?
No, it's about looking after the whole thing.
Okay.
Treating it as a proper asset to their client rather than just managing a property.
What, you're telling me that letting agents are actually going to look at a landlord's portfolio and give advice on how to grow it in the best way and even sell stuff and buy stuff and work out yields and capital growth? My God.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know. And it is happening. It's just changing. It's evolving.
And is it happening more down south or more up north or just forward-thinking agents?
Forward-thinking agents. And the other things as well that are starting to come in is we're having things like relationship managers.
Is that lettings or sales?
Both.
Relationship
managers. So
wow.
I've got a client at the moment that's recruiting for relationship managers and customer service managers.
So go on then, what do they do? Because we can all have fancy titles, can't we?
Oh, concierges. We've got lots of concierges as well, lots of new names.
Okay, stop throwing in these gorgeous names. Tell me what these guys do, Nicola.
They're basically negs, but they are office-based negs, a lot of them. So a concierge is an office-based neg whose sole purpose is to answer the phone, deal with inquiries coming in, speak to people, and provide A1 customer service. Now, the great thing about these roles is a lot of them are taking people from outside of industry. So people that have done high-end customer service jobs like maybe cabin crew at the moment, because obviously lots of those.
It's interesting. I've had someone on this sofa here and they said some of the best estate agents are ex-teachers, ex-nurses and ex-cabin crew because they care, but they take no shit.
Yeah. And their customer service levels are trained really high. So they're really, really good. The other things that we've got, so relationship managers. So rather than a valuer, you've now got your relationship manager who is there to come out, to see you, to build your relationship, to understand you. What do you really want? What are you really looking for? What's your next move all about?
Okay, so their job isn't just to convert houses. It's like, well, don't tell me you've got to build relationships. Oh my God, this sounds like Australia.
Things are changing. It's really changing. And
wow, this is exciting stuff.
It is, but also because now so much of it is done online and through social media with the videography and the walkthroughs and all that type of stuff as well. The people are becoming presenters. They're not about. It's not about.
I've been banging on about it for 2 years. Get in front of the camera and become part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so and that's what's happening. People are finally listening because they're realising that what they show on their social media platforms and all the rest of it matter, and it's really important. And actually, that's where their customers are and what their customers are engaging in. So now, when they're sending people out to be that valuer, if you like, or do that videography, it's about having someone who's engaging, somebody who's knowledgeable but isn't necessarily essential. You've just got to be someone that can, perform ultimately. So things are really evolving, and the forward-thinking.
Is this everyone, or is this just the cream of the cream?
No, it's the cream of the crop. Yeah, this is the really good agents. They're the agents that we like to work with. We always say that we want to work with the top 5% in the country. That's why we also work with independents. We don't generally work with big corporates. We've got a handful, but not a lot, because we want to work with the companies that are going places.
I mean, do you mind me asking, name some firms who are at the cutting edge of all this?
Paramount, mentioned them, mentioned
Spencer,
Reagan,
yeah.
Spencer. Paramount are very, very much on board with this.
Okay.
You've also got companies like Preston Baker. You've got companies like Quealy & Co. You've got Alexander & Co. There's lots of companies that are really, that maybe they're not all doing all of it, but they're all embracing something.
What makes them so different? What's made them change? Are they part of a club of estate agents? Is it just so happen that they are forward thinking, or is there something that brings them all together?
Yeah, I think it's Property Academy. I think during lockdown, when we've had so many webinars and bits and pieces, and they're run by thought leaders. They're run by leaders who embrace change.
There's a reason why Peter Knight was voted the #1 property influencer, in the Simon Bradbury pie list.
Yeah.
And he is out there, streets ahead of everyone. There's not many people I look up to in this industry, but he's definitely one.
Yeah.
And I think the magic thing is that he has quite a few members, but it's all about acting on.
Yeah. Yeah. The content that Peter put out during lockdown really, really helped businesses and has been instrumental in these changes. It's very noticeable, and it is his clients that are making these changes and coming through with these new, fresh ideas, phoning up with a new title with a completely different job spec. And I actually think that this is going to be revolutionary for agency because, like you said, people are actually starting to look at relationships, look at assets as a whole. Finally, it's almost as if the penny's dropped and people have gone, oh yeah.
Yeah, because the old ways of, let's be honest, up until the 70s, it was just chartered surveyors and we sold a few houses. Then the corporates got involved, and their power is waning. Then we had the last decade, which was the power of we thought online agents were going to take their world over, and they're there at 5 or 6%, but they're not taking the world over. This is the next step, isn't it? It's all about experiences. It's about relationships. It's happening in the rest of the world. Surely it has to happen in a estate agency. Otherwise, if we don't evolve, we're not gonna win, are we?
No.
Are you enjoying putting these people in the right places and getting people from outside the industry in?
Yeah, it's lovely. I love it. It's one of the best bits of our job. There is nothing worse and more frustrating than to have somebody phone us up and say, "Can you find me a neg, please? And I need a minimum of 12 months experience in the local area." Yeah, we can try. But I tell you what, I could give you these phenomenal people that have all these transferable skills. Would you like to have a look at them? No. Okay.
It's quite 20th century, isn't it?
Very.
Thank you for that fascinating insight, Nicola. And in the next video, I'd like to talk about why there's not enough senior women in the estate agency and also your thoughts on the self-employed model as well. Thanks for your time today.